YouTube, new family, what is going on? Daniel here for another video. I just got back from salsa and has been a good day. Wanted to come on here because I haven't spoken at all today. I'll essentially give you some background. Woke up a bit in pain. I had an injury on my side here, like the hip. And, since the morning creating stories, what could it be? How did it happen? Um, low frequency letting the pain essentially get to me. I did acupuncture, which was crazy, and that's definitely changed things. But I was not able to walk in the morning. I was walking, but with pain, and like I said, creating all these stories. So just a test really, because it doesn't matter how you wake up, as long as you wake up, that's always the gift. But like I said, it was just letting it basically get to me and saying, oh, how am I gonna do my morning walk, which I haven't done because I told myself I wouldn't do it. That's not missing. And went to acupuncture, skipped one of my salsa classes. Essentially Saturdays are very jam-packed with salsa events. Just that's one of the things that keeps me flowing, keeps my spirit alive, active. And I also joined a performance group, so I'm going to be doing a performance. I'll probably put it on here, to be honest. It's in 7 weeks. But I want to come on here because, like I said, I haven't spoken, and the ego does not want you to speak when it's trying to attack you with stories, when it's giving you these whens, how when it happened, how why. It's all fake. And once I was in salsa, I was feeling much better, and I'm gonna go something after this to have some time now. I'm gonna make a meal and then go. But it's crazy how your day can change when you let go of control. Let go of trying to control everything that's happening. Even me right now, have a bit of a psoriasis attack. It's all spiritual, but when you're in it, you also create stories about that. How can I take this away? What's the fastest way? What do I change? Do I change my macros? Do I change my food? I will be not eating out anymore for a bit. That'll change things dramatically. But otherwise, everything else stays the same. Everything is spiritual. Any sickness, any illness, any problem essentially is spiritual. And it is hard to understand once you're in it, because you're used to the programming of the world saying, oh, it's medication you need, oh, it's this, you have to change that. And it's all, how you feel within. Everything gets expressed through the body. And yeah, it's been a day where you just get out of it. Don't listen to the stories. You keep pushing, and you get to a point where you find, higher frequency. Of course, I'm at the highest frequency because there's days where you're just touching the sky and you're like, oh, crazy, like super connected. I'm good, feeling good, peaceful, in a good state, good frequency, and that's the most important thing. And there's gonna be days that happen, like you said, like I said. There'll be injuries sometimes. There'll be things that happen, maybe events. Maybe you're in a relationship and your girlfriend or boyfriend says something, or whatever it is, family problems. There's going to be things that test you and test how much you've grown. And the key thing to realize is that it's all perspective and it's all letting go. Because as soon as something happens, you come back to control, because you want to control the physical, what's going on, and realize that control is the devil. And God will probably present events, or maybe it'll be a test for God to test you and see how much you really want it, because it's easier to get connected when nothing's going on and you're in rhythm and you're flowing. But when things happen, that's when the test comes. That is when you really start to get perspective and see how much I've changed with this lifestyle. Do I create more stories? Do I get lost in that? Do I give it a feeling? Do I let it consume me, or do I just let it go? Realize it's a test, realize it's all spiritual, and just go back. And those are the hardest things to do. And that is why I come on here as an example. I always give my life, my example, and how I grow with this lifestyle, and how I help others grow, with my coaching, and helping you assess what you need to remove in order to connect to your spirit and who you truly are. Because who you truly are, as much as you maybe see on social media and people around you, when you go on this path, you'll start to see that people around you start to, just slip through the cracks. You just don't meet at the same frequency anymore. So, you're growing, and then they want to just stay there. That's the way it is. Some people come with you, some people don't, but this path is the hardest path, and you will see that many do not follow, many fall off. They start it and then they go for a bit, they stop, they just get lost in the ego. And the whole goal here is living a life in peace with God, and as a result, attracting in frequency. It's not chasing, it's not living for a feeling, it's not how fast can you get rich lifestyle. It's how can you stay connected in frequency, aligned, and let God be your light, be your guide, and essentially be your boss. Because your gift comes from God. Your spiritual gift, what you're here to do, does not come from the world, does not come from some title that you got in school or your current title at your job. You are separate from everything. You are a spirit, and your gift was given to you since birth. It was given to you, made for you, was already known before the world even started. So remember that that is the key. And the more you flow, let the Holy Spirit work through you, and do not think is when you give your gift to the world. And everyone has a specific gift. Everyone has a specific purpose. You can't think about it. You can't try to plan it, because that was me a couple months ago. What is my purpose? What is my my gift? What do I do? What's the next thing? But when you let go is when you get all the answers. Letting go is the key in this lifestyle. And it sounds very cliche, because you'll have some things that are very small to let go of. But like I said, the biggest test is letting go of the big things that used to consume your mind. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's finances, whether it's a business, whether it's your schooling or the future you believe you have to manage in your head, and if it doesn't go this way, then my life is not the same, and the plan I had in my head, and oh my God, it's fake. Your plan it's not real. You try to, whatever's happening, you try to grasp your mind around it and say you're still in control. You try to tell yourself, oh, I have to control. But that's what's killing your path. It's killing your journey, is you believing you're in control. Why would you be in control when the person that's in control is the one that made you, the one that knows what you are? You don't even know what you are until you let yourself be guided by the one that does. This whole path really is letting go, giving yourself to God, and it's removing the ego. Because like I said, the ego, as much as you're told, is your friend, maybe in times when you're low frequency and you have to get out, because that's not ego, that's positive anger. That's you going I'm not going to let this consume me. That was me when I was depressed. I was anger, instead of letting my family crumble, and basically, suffer from the story. I was telling myself that, this happened and I can't recover, and she's going to see, and just letting depression, all these thoughts, the devil come in. You get mad and you're you find yourself and you're no, this is not me. I'm not going to let whatever is happening around me control me, because there's a difference between trying to control your mind and you being in control, spirit leading the flesh, controlling the flesh. So that's you, energy. I tell my flesh what to do. The flesh does not tell me what to do. I don't lose myself to vices. I don't lose myself to feelings, addictions, illusions, visions, thoughts, thinking. Thoughts is fine. Thinking is the devil. Thinking is just infiltrating your mind with stories. You don't lose yourself to that. So you have to get out. If you have a low frequency day, you get out. You just push-ups, burpees, sprints, speak on the camera, morning walk, more burpees, let go of something, I don't know, make a video, speak, just get active, just don't stay there, because it's very easy to say, oh, it's it's just a low frequency day, and let me just stay here, and it's perfect, and tomorrow's gonna come, and it's accept it. You accept it, but you get out. It's not just one of those days. We'll see what happens. That's weakness. You are in this lifestyle because you're chosen. You're watching this video because you're chosen. You connect with this video because you're chosen. So when you have those days, like I said, it's a test. You just gotta be getting out. That's it. I'm done with this whole week story, and it's just another day, and maybe it's not for me. It is for you, or else you would not be here. You would not keep showing up. God literally picked you from wherever you are to watch this video or to follow his path. You could have been still stuck wherever you are, lost in vices, lost in whatever it is, women, drugs, escaping feelings, alcohol, parties, trips, all these things you were escaping with. You could have still been there if God had not gave you your conscience and told you, this is not it, stop. Give you shame and just made you feel this like guilt or shame that what you're doing is not the path. That is Jesus choosing you. That is God choosing your life for you. And it is this life. It is this path. So, like I said, it's not for everybody, but if you've hit hell and you've hit the bottom, this path is for you. If you've already lived what the world wants to live with this like feelings and the fast life and want to have money and want to have the partner and the car, the watch, the house, that's trying to live for feelings. You've already done that in one area. It could be lust, it could be money, chasing money to the point where you destroy your life. It could be alcohol or drugs, whatever it is. You've already felt what one area is giving you, which is trying to give you feelings, which is the devil. And if you hit that, it does not matter the other areas. If you hit one area in lust, you don't have to hit the other area in chasing money to know what it is. It's all the same. Every avenue is, when you're chasing is the devil. When you're, losing yourself in that lust is the devil. So it does not matter the area. You don't have to hit all areas to be able to be chosen. My area was lust. I lost myself in women. I lost myself in drugs, in parties, and that was my area. I didn't make $1 million and say, oh, this is not the way. Chasing money is not it. I made some money, but I didn't make large sums of money. But I was still chosen to walk this path, and now I know the way to live and show the way to live and practice the way to live and put it on here. And I know God will bless me with everything. I don't make a lot of money. I don't care about it. I really don't have a thought in my mind of I have to make money now to this. I know I'll leave this country, so obviously you need money for that, but I don't care about when it comes, or I'm not thinking when it's going to happen and how and why hasn't it happened yet, and this has to happen by 6 months from now, or else my life is not the same. And like creating stories, like I put my faith in frequency, put my faith in God. I will attract, and as a consequence, just keep putting in more work. Like I said, positive anger. Like those days that you're low frequency, like do you want it? Like do you really like? You're gonna let the devil just keep controlling you, that put you back where you were, or you're gonna get out and choose God. That's what you have to do. Choose God every single day. So it's a reset every single day. It's a choice every single day. And each day you walk this path, it gets easier to connect, but the battles are harder when you're hitting new levels, new devils. So when you're about to ascend and you hit that little wall, you gotta just break through, like it's not just like, oh, let me just push it. You gotta just hit the wall and just go through, that's the way to hit and go through new levels. It's not passive, Bible maybe tricks you with saying the meek inherit the world, but it's people with faith within themselves, belief that that you're meant for something. Those are the people that inherit the world, not just read the Bible and just not do the habits, and maybe God is with me, maybe he's not. It's like, no, I'm here for you, God. I show up for you. I don't miss. I wake up before 5. I don't have to do vices. I train every day. I read the Bible. I document my life. I speak on the camera. I attack fears. That is when God is with you. Not when you're just like, oh, let me just follow the rules of the Bible, but I'm scared to do this, so I have fear here, so I'm just gonna let that, when you have God, you have faith. It's not just meek, sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't. The days you don't feel it are the days that matter. Those are the days that you push through, not the ones that are easy. Everyone's gonna have easy days where you feel it and you can just wake up out of bed and do a backflip and a cartwheel and you're like, yes, everyone has those days. But the days that you're tested and know you're God's soldier is when a low frequency day, something happens, there's an event, something uncalled for. That's when you're tested. That's when God is like, okay, what are you made of? Are you ready for this path? And the more you get of those, the more God is choosing you. Don't look at it as a bad thing of oh, I had a bad day and this path isn't for me. It's been 6 months, but it's been fun. Let me just go back to whatever it was. You have to choose this path, like I said, over and over, and realize the more you have those days, it's a sign that you're getting closer. You're told that when it gets easier, it's better, but that's fake. It's a feeling that the devil gives you. I used to have so many feelings of when I was listening to music, of house music, and I was lost in that, lost in the music. And I used to have these things of I want to listen to this song in a boat, and there's going to be a party in the back, and I'm going to be like this, and you have this third person view of you free and the feeling, and where's that boat? Where is, that illusion? You're chasing this fantasy of a feeling that does not even help you or anybody. It's the ego just trying to distract you from frequency. Like you're just there like imagining like, oh, the song and the feeling of the song. And if I had a girl with me in this song and like, oh, like, and like, where is it? You know, even if you got it, it's trying to destroy you because it's just a feeling. It's fake. You know, you're trying to chase this like illusion of the feeling of the song and the lifestyle and the money and the drugs, what I can do, and oh, the feeling of freedom. Freedom is not a feeling, it's a frequency. It's spiritual. Freedom is not, I have enough money that I'm free. No, there's people that have billions of dollars and they're slaves because it's spiritual. They've lost them, they've sold their soul for the money. So you're not free no matter how much you have. There's a number in your screen, in your account. So yeah, crazy video, crazy flow. You know, gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. But like I said, positive anger, like, you know, whatever your name is, I'm Charles, or I'm, you know, if you're a girl watching, I'm Vanessa. I'm like, you know, I chose this. God chose me for this. Like, I'm chosen. Like, write down every single day, I'm chosen, you know? Like, I believe in myself. I love myself. I admire myself. I respect myself. This path is for me. God chose me, or else he would leave me. Like, know that he chose you. Like, have that belief in yourself. If no one believes in you, I believe in you. And you should believe in you. Because like I said, God chose you, or else he would have left you with the path you were before and all the habits and all the things that you were doing before. He would have left you. He would have left you alone with the devil to, you know, go be consumed in that lifestyle. But he wouldn't have chose you with that shame he gave you, that guilt, or that way that he found you. Because Jesus' way of finding you is different. My way is going to be different than your way, then you're going to be different than your sister's way, than your cousins, than your moms and your dads. You can't control the way he finds people. You know, that's another thing as well. When you live this life and you start to feel what peace really is and being fulfilled, you want it for everybody. But God knows when he'll come and appear. You know, your lowest point is not going to be someone else's lowest point. Maybe your lowest point is here and someone else's is here. You can't say like, oh, she's reaching her point. No, that's your point. That's not her point or his point or whatever it is. So realize it's about accepting, let go of the control, and like I said, positive anger, like chosen. You know, you are chosen. That's why I make these videos for those that know they're chosen, that are starting to see that this life is the real life, the truth, the way, because it's in the Bible, it's been around for years, but the world is trying to hide the truth from you. They're trying to, you know, blind you with the news and the events that are happening and fear, and, you know, it's all a show, it's a circus, it's not real. All the wars going on and all this stuff, of course, is physically real, but behind it is spiritual. Like, the war is spiritual. So that's where you focus. I don't watch the news. I don't, you know, care what's happening in the Middle East or Japan or whatever it is. It does not affect me. What affects me is my frequency. Where's my frequency at? Am I letting the devil in, or am I attacking and beating the devil? Am I close to God, or am I not close to God? That's all that matters. Everything else is a bonus. You know, like you getting a day is a bonus. You know, no, you getting a day is the gift. Everything else is a bonus. You even getting to watch the news is a bonus. As dumb of a habit as that is, you should not watch the news. It's low frequency, it's fear. But you being able to watch and open your eyes and watch the news is already the gift, is a bonus. So that's crazy we get to, you know, have that ability to, you know, have vision, open our eyes, walk to a TV, use our hands to click the remote. Like, we have all these blessings that we don't take into account, but you let the fear consume you. So you're chosen, you're gifted. I believe in you, believe in yourself. God believes in you. The one who made everything around you believes in you. So why would you not believe in yourself? That is what I want to give. And this video's been crazy, gave me energy as well. I just want to go and, you know, not punch anybody, but just like energy, crazy. So I'm going to go enjoy my day, have a meal, much earned. And yeah, choose yourself, positive anger to get out of the bad frequency days. And like I said, if God didn't choose you, he would have left you where you are. So you're chosen for something special. Don't try to control it. Let it go. That's when it comes the fastest, when you don't need it, when you don't have to control how you receive it. And you're like, oh, like when's it going to be? And you're creating these visions. Like I said, I used to create visions of me on boats and me with women and me in this trip, and instead of enjoying what was actually happening. But when you're lost in feelings, you can't enjoy the present moment because you're lost in, oh, now I have this feeling, but now I want this other feeling. And like, oh, I'm going to lose myself in this, and the past, and oh, when I had the song I'm listening to when I had that person with me, and like, oh, the feeling, and fake. All you have is frequency. So God bless. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. You have my Instagram. You guys can contact me there for, you know, the lifestyle, how to live, the coaching as well, where I can tell you how to grow. Literally, on our calls, as long as you have faith in myself, in yourself, in God, then we grow. And you have my Instagram, you have my YouTube with videos of how I grow, how I apply everything I've learned, how I've grown myself from, like I said, living in fear and feelings to now living a life where I get more and more empowered, more and more positive anger to help the world, and it's perfect. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Much love, appreciate you guys. And as always, until next time, I believe in you, I have faith in you, and keep killing it.